Bringing us up, and we are on. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Friday edition of the On The Go podcast. That's right. We have a Friday edition.
Yep, we sure do.
We're going to try this out. How are you? What's going on, James?
Nothing much, man. Just chilling.
Yeah?
Yep, chilling like a villain. We're still on.
Yeah, we're still on. We're doing it.
Yeah, we're still here.
I don't know. How do you feel? How do you feel about the production and
I feel
the
good.
process?
I feel excited.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I like creating.
Yeah, me too.
So creating is easy for me.
Yeah.
And it's easier doing something that you like.
Exactly.
You know, if you didn't like it, when you go to work and you don't like what you do at work, then you're going to feel like, I'm exhausted.
You're not going to want to do it.
You're not going to want to do it. But I like doing this. This is the lane that I was meant to be in. So I like doing this stuff. And then doing it with somebody that I truly admire and respect.
Oh, thank you.
That helps anymore. that helps even more.
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, I'll tell you, I've been having a lot of fun producing these things. Like the last couple of days, especially, like I've just been thinking about like things we can do, what can we do, or what can I add, on the production side of it.
Yeah.
Transitions or whatever, or just, it's been real fun. We're working on some social media stuff.
Yep.
Right. We're going to be doing that. And
that's always the next phase, social media, because social media is so big.
It is. And, I'm not a very good like social media person in general.
Me either.
It's super hard for me.
Instagram
to
was all I got.
Yeah, for real. I mean, I have Facebook, but Facebook's kind of dead to me right now.
It is. It's dead to a lot of people, though.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like Facebook is just like keeping up with the family.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what it was always meant for. That.
Yeah.
And then I think it kind of turned into something else.
Yeah.
It kind of like, let me see if I can find an old girl on Instagram. Let me see if I can find her on Facebook real quick. Yeah. It's like, I know she was at the club.
What's going on? Every now and then I'll look through my mutuals, or like I'll look through, people I went to high school with and stuff, and I'll just scroll through and look at the profiles.
We all do. It's common.
Yeah.
It's commonplace. It's like, you're a human.
Yeah.
So you're going to want to know.
You're
like,
curious.
You're curious.
Yeah. Or sometimes somebody you haven't seen in a while pops up and you're like, what are they up to?
Now, what I do hate Facebook for is the memories part.
The memory.
Like, say if you broke up with somebody and then it's like, oh, man, I got to see that person again. Well, this happened 20-some years ago. I was like, man.
Or not just that. It's like, just like the real cringy stuff you might post or something.
Ooh,
like something you posted 10 years ago that's not even like you anymore.
Oh, yeah. You're right about that.
You remember this?
Yep. You're not kidding.
Yeah, no, that's
man.
Never fun when that pops
No, that's
up.
never fun. So, yeah, we're definitely going to start getting in our social media bag a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do some stuff with the Instagram, picture-wise, showing people behind the scenes what we're working with. And, just to show people that we are human.
We are human.
They're human faces.
We are not the AI podcast.
Yeah, this is not an AI podcast.
Yeah.
So,
what was I going to say about social media? Every episode now we have a Q&A section.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So every episode we put out, I'm going to put a question relating to like some sort of topic we were talking about, of course, during the recording. And if you guys check out the Spotify page, you see that Q&A, just go ahead and fill it out. We'd like to see your opinions.
Negative and positive.
Negative, positive, whatever you got, I'll read it.
Yep.
And I started the first one because on our first episode, I went back and I wrote the question like, how do you feel about the oversaturation of podcasts? Mm-hmm. So just as an example, I answered it. This is my response. The question was, what is your opinion on the oversaturation of podcasts? And my answer is, I think it's a result of the pandemic. I believe a lot of these Zoomcasts, because there were a lot of Zoomcasts that popped up.
A lot.
I think a lot of these Zoomcasts that started popping up because it was too easy to do a podcast, or because they thought it was too easy to do a podcast. And I put easy in quotations as well. And my last sentence was, quality was sacrificed for quantity.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. And
that's how we both feel, though.
Yeah, I wholeheartely believe that. Yeah. And my goal with this is for us to have a quality show.
Yes, you're not kidding.
I mean, we might stumble. I think we've got a few bumps and bruises along the way. But
I think we're getting a lot better, though.
Yeah.
Like, right now, I think I feel as most comfortable as I ever have felt right now.
Good. I'm glad. That's the process, right? You're supposed to get better and better with it.
And we have a structure.
Yeah, we do. And as long as we follow that structure, I think we'll be good.
Yeah.
And, as long as I keep doing what I'm doing on the back end. I think we have a good thing going. But anyway, enough about social media and podcasting. James, how are
weekend?
Yeah. How's your week?
How's my week? I'm sorry, but it's been going good. It's just been raining.
It has been raining.
Yeah,
we've had a lot of rain come through these past few days.
I know a lot of people are gonna be like, "Damn, that's all these guys talk about is rain." But you understand?
3 episodes now.
Yeah, 3 episodes we're talking about rain.
Yeah,
but it actually has been raining.
Yeah,
and it's been really, really coming down.
Yeah,
and the weather's getting cooler.
It is. That's the best part.
That's the best part. I love. So I don't know about you. Are you a cool person or are you?
I am a cool person. I want cold.
Me too. I love the cold weather. I think I could dress better in the cold weather.
Mm-hmm.
So then I like sitting outside too, like when the fall weather, because Houston doesn't really have cold weather.
Right.
Do we have fall weather or cold weather?
We get fall weather. I don't know if we get really cold weather, or when we do, it's like a giant snowstorm that surprises everybody.
That's true. That is true. So this is the time of season that I like to sit outside in the patio and just looking and reflecting. So I've been raining, just been working, man, and trying to come up with ideas for the pod.
Yeah.
Like I have no life. I have no life. This is my life.
I mean, the same, actually.
Yeah, it just is. Might as well just tell the truth.
Mm-hmm.
This is what we do.
This is my job, and this is my hobby.
The writer strike is over with, so everyone's getting back to work. So James Gunn was like, hey, I got a couple announcements. He's responded to a lot on Twitter, or X. I don't know what you want to call it. Twitter.
Twitter.
Yeah.
Twitter
just how about trash?
Yeah.
All right. So that's what's been going on, and he's been responding to people. I don't know how you feel about James Gunn responding to people.
I feel about James Gunn responding to people the same way I feel about most celebrities responding to people. It's just maybe don't.
Just don't.
Just pick and choose. I don't know. You don't have to tell everybody your thoughts all the time on things.
And you would think that he wouldn't respond on Twitter as much trouble as he got into the past years ago.
Yeah.
So you would think that he wouldn't do that, but apparently he still is. I like the transparency.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong. I love the transparency, but I just feel like sometimes you just gotta stay away because you're confusing people now.
Yeah.
So
especially now because everyone's coming at him with questions about the DCU, where's it going, what's happening, what's going on. So I wholeheartedly think that maybe on a daily basis he doesn't know exactly where it's going either. He's got an idea, he's got an outline.
Oh yeah,
we know a list of movies he's got ready to go.
That's what he said.
Right, but I think on a day to day, when it comes to certain characters or stuff, it's like I don't know. He doesn't know. He probably doesn't know at the end of it's like with the Russo brothers when Avengers Endgame or Infinity War. When Infinity War came out and everybody was like, "What about this person? Did they get snapped? Did they get snapped? Does this person exist?" And then Russo brothers were like, "Yeah, they're snapped. They're snapped." They didn't plan that out. They were just answering questions.
A lot of it's just on the fly.
Exactly.
As we go along. Yeah. I think even in the MCU, they had to kind of pivot a little bit from what I saw in one of the articles. I think it was Variety or Deadline, one of those. And they were saying they had a couple missteps in between those 10 years. They had to kind of pivot and kind of do stuff a little different, but we didn't know that because it worked so seamlessly.
Right.
And that I hope hopefully DC can do that.
Yeah.
But okay, so James Gunn replying to fans asking him, what can I expect or what can we expect from, the DCU? Right. And James Gunn saying, hey, I got a couple things coming up during the pipeline after the actor strike is over with.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of announcements that he wants to make. Hopefully they're good. So I'm very, 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 very hoping that this strike is over with. So he says that he's bringing back 3 confirmed people from the old regime. So apparently he's bringing back 3 confirmed people.
Uh-huh.
The young man from Blue Beetle, which I'm kind of blanking on his name and I can't pronounce it right now. I apologize. Viola Davis, he's bringing back. John Cena from Peacemaker, which he was good at.
Yeah, he was great in Peacemaker.
Surprisingly.
Yeah. No,
and the show was really good, by the way.
No, it was. I've seen the show. It's very good.
Which season 2 is writing that down right now.
Good.
So that's coming down the pipeline. This is where the problem comes in at for me. When you do a reboot, we all know reboots mean scrubbing all and everything of the past.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you doing this again?
Right, because it confuses people.
It's very confusing.
And I've seen stuff I've seen people make jokes before about oh, so if you're going to keep this character and you're going to keep this character, like Viola Davis, right? If you're keeping Viola Davis, and that really means your DCU started back in whatever first movie she appeared in, which I get Suicide Squad.
Yeah, Suicide Squad. Yeah.
So yeah, it's like, oh, so really it starts with that Suicide Squad, and then the new Suicide Squad.
She's in there too.
Yeah, and Peacemaker.
And it's just like, you just confusing. I understand you don't want to let go of an Oscar Academy Award winner. Right. I get that.
Right.
She's fully acclaimed. She's one of the best. She's one of the greats. But I feel like if you're doing a reboot, you got to let it all go.
Yeah.
I feel like if you want to keep the young man from Blue Beetle, that's more than fine.
Right.
That's more than fine because he deserves it, because that movie did not really coincide with the old regime of DC.
Yeah, and
it made no mentions of it. All they did was just mention Batman and Superman, which every movie does that.
Every movie does. Even Marvel movies have mentioned Batman and Superman at some point.
Exactly. So every movie does that. So it's just very irritating and frustrating. And I just need him to stop responding to people. I love that he's being transparent with people. But when you keep talking and you keep talking, you're going to go down that pipeline of questions that you don't want. Yeah. You're going to get that one question that's going to F up everybody. Mm-hmm. Then that's going to really stumble upon, like, oh, maybe I probably should stop.
Yeah. But, I mean, also, I don't know, keep the surprises sometimes.
Keep the surprises.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, keep the surprises.
He can keep Viola Davis and John Cena as those characters.
You can.
And I think the way you do it is just you reboot your universe and then you reintroduce them as the same characters, but not the same.
Because,
you know what I mean?
Because, the thing about it is, I don't think the casual fan is going to really care that much.
They're not going to care.
They're not going to really care.
I mean, casual fans already probably think all of them are interconnected anyway.
True. That is true. So I don't think the casual fan will care that much anyway. But I think for us people like you and me, and the people that we've talked to, they're going to be confused. Yeah. Which is kind of, you would think it'd be the other way around.
You would think.
But it's not. No. But from my perspective, I just want him to stop doing it. Because he's going to go down a pipeline of something that I don't like.
Yeah.
And I love the guy to death. I can't wait to see Superman Legacy. I don't know if it's going to be a hit or not. Because when you do a movie like that and you're rebooting, and you starting over again, you got to build a foundation up again.
I mean, for sure he's inherited.
He inherited a crap show.
Yeah. Crap show.
He really did.
Just a pile of junk. And it's like, here, fix this. Yeah. Because we don't even know what we did. And I mean, Aquaman 2 is coming out. And where is that going? That's not going anywhere.
That's not going anywhere. And I heard some, rumblings about that too, special screenings of it. They just had recently. Yeah, people walked out of it.
I think they pushed the envelope. From what I understand, they killed the baby. I think it was Aquaman's baby.
I think so. Yeah. I think so. Which, if they did that, I think that's horrible.
I mean, it's a weird decision.
That's a weird decision to ever do.
Yeah, unless you're doing a straight rated R Aquaman movie.
Yeah, which I don't know how much I believe that.
Yeah, I don't.
I just don't know. Who knows? But yeah, it's been getting a lot of bad press for that. So I don't know, man. I'm just having headaches. I'm just getting hot flashes every time James Gunn mentions anything. I just want him to stop.
Maybe you just put him on mute for 30 days or something. Just take a break from James Gunn.
Just take a break. Yeah, can his wife just take his phone and just hide it somewhere?
Well, she's too busy being in all the movies he's making, right?
True. Yeah. And she's beautiful, by the way. Beautiful. Which I have no problem with.
Very pretty, yeah.
Yeah, I have no problem with him.
Which I didn't realize that was his wife.
A lot of people didn't.
Yeah. That was a total surprise to me. I was like, oh, he's married to that person.
Yeah, because I didn't know until I watched Peacemaker, and I was just, wanted to Google her name up. I was like, who is this chick? And I Googled her name up, and I was like, oh, that's his wife. And it was like, oh, man, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I have no problem with him doing that. I know a lot of people are like, oh, you got to add your people in there. A lot of people don't like James Gunn adding his people in all his movies, but I'm like, that's always been done.
Yeah, most directors do that already.
Yeah, they always do that. What, Spike Lee? Mm-hmm. Martin
Scorsese.
Yeah, he does it all the time. Who else?
Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith does it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, every big name actor brings their friends along for the ride.
Christopher Nolan?
Yeah, Christopher Nolan. He always gets usually the same people.
Yeah, you get the same people all the time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it happens. So, I have no problem with it. Yeah. So, people need to get off his back on that one. I think people just want something to complain about. But the more and more he keeps talking about this stuff, the more and more I'm going to get a little scared.
And I wanted to mention the Mean Girls. Well, I thought it was a reboot, right? But they're doing a Mean Girls movie for Broadway, and it's a musical, but they're doing a theatrical release. And I discovered that on October 3rd, which is declared Mean Girls Day, because I guess in the movie they make a joke about oh, it's Wednesday, October 3rd or whatever. So
I haven't saw that movie in so long.
Yeah, me neither.
Tim Meadows is in there. Tim Meadows is great.
What else has he been in?
SNL. He was in Saturday Night Live. Yeah.
That makes sense because I think Tina Fey's in there. Yeah, Tina Fey's involved in Mean Girls. But anyway, so to promote the Mean Girls Broadway show coming out in January, TikTok released the Mean Girls movie.
Oh my god!
In 23 parts.
23 parts.
Yeah, because it's TikTok. So you can watch Mean Girls on TikTok in 23 pieces.
Oh boy, I tell you.
I thought that was just kind of funny.
Would you spend your time doing that?
No, I don't even have TikTok.
Me either. I don't have TikTok either. Like that's crazy to me.
Yeah, no, that's a lot of like holding the phone. I don't know.
Do you know who the people are that's in the movie? I mean, that's in the Broadway play.
I have the cast. I don't know if you're gonna recognize anybody because they're Broadway people.
Oh, they're Broadway people.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we have Erica Henningsen.
Never heard of her.
Barrett Wilbur Weed, which is a woman, I think.
I hope so.
I
mean, look.
In this day and age,
you can do whatever you want, but still.
We have a Kate Rockwell. We have a Gray Henson. We have a Kyle Seelig. They're just Broadway people.
No, they're just Broadway people. Yeah, I thought it was like actors and actresses that would actually like playing these roles in the Broadway play.
In the Broadway play? No.
Because they do that sometimes.
They do. Yeah. Sometimes. I don't think Hugh Jackman's playing in Mean Girls, the Broadway play.
That would be kind of cool, though.
That would be kind of cool.
Yeah. Now that I would pay to go see.
Right? What I really want to mention is that I watched the Boys spinoff, Gen V.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So they released the first 3 episodes.
Amazon Prime, right?
On Amazon Prime, yeah. They released the first 3 episodes, and I was kind of mad about it because the whole point of the Boys is like the Supes are the bad people.
Yeah.
So I was like, why do I want to watch a show about Supes in school? Why am I going to watch the show when they make me feel sympathetic towards the Supe or whatever in this universe?
True.
But I watched the first 3 episodes, and it's quite interesting because the Boys stuff is always interesting because it does a good job of showing like kind of like the celebrity BS.
Yeah.
That goes on with like PR stuff, and it's the same thing in the school. Like
which I did see with the first episode, by the way.
Yeah, and everybody in the school is just like these Instagram people or these YouTube stars, or like they all want to be in the 7, but they're also like they also have to have all these social media things,
which I hate. I just hate it so much.
It's so silly. But the main girl, she's got blood powers, right?
Yeah.
So spoilers for the first episode.
Alert.
How they introduce her powers is they show her when she's like 12 or whatever, and then like of course as girls do, she gets her period.
Oh, my
and that's
God.
how the Boys.
That sounds kind of funny though. I'm not gonna lie.
It's a little comical, but like the Boys universe is just like disgusting in every way. So of course it's gonna open with her getting her period, and then like she realized she has blood powers, and something happens, and both her parents are not around. Right?
So quick question: where does the blood come out of? Her hands or something?
Well, yeah, she'll cut her hands open.
Oh, she'll cut her hands open and just...
Yeah.
It's a horrible
When she's
power.
an adult, she'll cut her hands open.
That is a horrible power.
No, yeah, it's a gross power. And that's kind of the point of the show, is they keep mentioning that, like, oh, your power isn't marketable.
Yeah, it's not.
You know what I mean? They're like, oh, no one's going to let you be in the 7 because they can't market your power. Like,
yeah, you can't
be
that.
a fun superhero and be like, I throw blood at people.
Yeah, I throw blood at people.
Anyway, it starts with that. She's an orphan because of an accident with her parents. And the first episode is just like her getting into the school.
Oh, that's funny.
She gets into the school. It's kind of like the Starlight thing. How much of the Boys have you seen?
Not a lot.
Okay. So in the Boys, you have the Starlight character. You know her, right? The blonde chick? No? Okay.
No. I told you I have to watch this stuff.
Yeah, you gotta watch it. But there's a character in the original Boys, and she joins the 7, and she quickly learns that like all the superheroes are conceited and they're jerks, and it's not what she thought it was, right? So this is kind of the same way. Like she joins the school, and she's kind of quickly finding out that the way to get the rankings and stuff is like you need to be a social media star. Like she was in she signed up for a crime fighting class, and she got denied because she has no followers on Instagram because she doesn't have Instagram. She has no phone.
That sounds like you.
What?
Because no reason why I say that because you're not on Instagram that much. It's like you don't have a social media following like that. So it's like
I'm working on it. I'm slowly working on it.
We both are. So it's okay. Yeah.
It's like what? But anyway, so it's just her learning, what's going on really, and something happens, and they decide they want to make her the next big star, right?
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, And so now we're seeing her just getting toted around to like galas and all these other events, and it's interesting.
So the show is primarily about her.
It's about her. There's some other students they focus on, and there's other things going on in the background. I'm trying to like explain it without explaining too much,
breaking it down too much.
Yeah, but basically there's some shady stuff going on. There's a place called the Woods because like in the first episode, some kid runs out of nowhere and he gets tackled by some soldier dudes on campus, and he's like, "I'm never going back to the Woods," and they take him away. And you find out the Woods isn't like the Woods. It's like a facility. It's like some underground facility where I guess they're experimenting on young soups, or they're doing something with them. I don't know.
So they're the villains.
Yeah,
I know the boys, they were kind of the villains. This one, they're not the villains as much.
Yeah, they're not the villains. So the school's doing shady stuff, and the students are
trying to find out.
They're not good people. They're neutral, right?
Yeah.
The main protagonist, like her name's Marie. So Marie, she's the most good person you're going to get, but everybody else is, kind of
crooked
or middle of the line. They're not awful like the soups and the boys are yet.
Yeah.
So it is interesting to see it from that side.
I tell you what, from what you've seen so far, do you believe that it's a show that's going to stay on long enough? Will it have the same cult following that the boys has?
I think it will do a good first season.
Okay.
And they might try to do a second season. I don't think they should.
Really? You think it should be just limited?
I think it should be a one season. Well, I think just because like the way the boys is in general, I don't think we need like so many spinoffs of the boys.
So it can't be like Breaking Bad where they did like Better Call Saul.
Oh yeah,
which was actually
Better Call Saul was really good. Yeah.
So what you're saying is the boys, it doesn't need too many spinoffs.
I don't think so. And also, so if the boys is based off a comic book, right?
Yeah.
So
that I do know.
Yeah. So this series is taking an arc from the comic book and kind of doing its own season essentially, because there's an arc where they try to infiltrate the school. It's basically the school is a big spoof of the X-Men.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Which I kind of figured that's what it was.
Yeah, it's Godolkin University, and it's a big spoof for the X-Men. Now, in the comics, the twist is the headmaster of the school, the Professor X, spoof. Basically, he's groomed all the children in the school.
Ooh.
And I'm just gonna leave it at that because we're trying to be a PG-13 family show. But
that's crazy.
Yeah, he basically grooms all the children, and they send Huey in to infiltrate it to find out, to find some secrets and figure out how to take him out. And yeah, he discovers that, and then it doesn't end well for any of the students. Like,
that's so wild.
Yeah, it's very gruesome. So I don't know if the show's gonna do it.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be an aspect of it, but I don't think it's going to be on that level.
No, I don't think so either. You can't do that in 2023.
No, you can't. But from what I understand, I think some boys' characters might be showing up in the season. So I think this is them just trying to adapt that arc.
Oh, okay.
So I don't see it being like a 4 or 5 season thing along with the boys.
Might be like 2 seasons then.
It could be a 2 season thing. Or what they could do is they could do that arc for this season, and then maybe they do a separate spinoff season for a different arc.
Yeah, that would be cool.
They want to, and I think that's fine.
Yeah, I think that's better.
I think that's way better. I think that's better than trying to do like just all your spinoffs.
Yeah, because I feel like if you're trying to do all these spinoffs, they don't exactly work. Like Breaking Bad was only able to do, I think, El Camino.
Yeah, El Camino was good, though.
Yeah,
El Camino was good because that's what Breaking Bad needed.
Yep.
Breaking Bad needed one more episode to tell me what the heck happened to Jesse.
Yeah, because no one knew what happened to Jesse.
That made me so mad when that series ended.
Me too. It made me mad,
I'm glad they made that movie.
Me too. I actually enjoyed that.
Yeah.
And then after that, they did the Better Call Saul, which was a prequel to, finding out who this person was that helped him.
Right. And I had watched the first season of it. I just never went back to finish it. And I know it's over.
Yeah, they won like a lot of Emmys too.
Right, and I need to go back and finish it because I've heard it's gotten very good.
Yeah,
but I never continued it. But,
yeah, we both got to finish watching that one then.
Yeah, we really do. But yeah, that's kind of my thoughts and opinions on Gen V.
Okay.
I mean, it might sound a little confusing, but
it does. I mean, it does a little bit, but that's only because I haven't watched it.
Right, but I'm trying to explain it in a manner where I'm not like spoiling it too much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I understand it for the most part. I feel like I am going to watch it because I feel like, and I told you this off air as well. I kind of want to keep track of some of this stuff because, award season rolls around and I hear everybody talk about this stuff. I'm like, I try. You know what it is? I don't like watching things that everyone pumps up so much.
Right.
It's just like, oh, it's the best show in the world. You gotta watch it.
Because I think the common thought process is if everyone's hyping it up,
it's not that good.
Probably not that good.
It's probably not that good.
Yeah.
So honestly, that's how it was. Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Breaking Bad. Everyone pumped it up, and I didn't watch it.
But Breaking Bad was so good.
But then once it ended, and during COVID, I watched it. The first round of COVID? No, the second round of COVID. Yeah, because we had 2 rounds.
How many rounds?
So the second time around during COVID, that's when I watched it. And I was like, "Oh, this show's amazing."
Yeah.
Oh, this show. Yeah,
you got to get into it.
This show is pretty doggone good. Same thing goes for Peaky Blinders.
I haven't seen Peaky Blinders yet.
Oh, you got to watch it. Got to get past that first season.
Yeah.
Get past that first season. You're gonna love it.
It's always the first season for most of these shows, though.
Yeah, just like this podcast.
Yeah. Yeah. Just wait until about 10, 15 episodes down, and we'll be golden.
We'll be golden. So, yeah, I definitely gonna check out The Boys and check out Jim V, too.
Yeah, man, you should. I think it's on DVD now. So, I mean, if you pick it up on DVD.
Well, I got Amazon Prime.
You got Amazon Prime? Oh, yeah. What are you waiting for?
Yeah, I got you.
Let's keep it real. You know the deal. Kick your feet up. Relax a little. You've been working hard, paid up all your bills. Now you know what time it is. Netflix and chill.
Netflix is going up in price, or they're thinking about going up in price after this current Sag-Aftra strike ends.
Oh, you bastard.
Yeah, I have the article right here because I sent it to you last night because if you listen to the last episode, I believe it was the last episode.
I think so, yeah.
James had mentioned that this whole strike is going to have residual effects, and we kind of talked about it a little bit, but like here it is, manifesting price hikes.
Hey, I know these companies, man.
I'm telling you. So the article says Netflix is planning to raise the price of its ad-free service for a few months after the saga. Okay, so it's not even the whole Netflix.
Yeah. As
we're discovering, it's just the ad-free section because now they have an ad.
Yeah, I was going to ask you how you feel about that.
I didn't know because Khadija pays for the Netflix over here, and she pays for like the highest amount.
Mm-hmm.
So I just never knew they had an ad option now.
I don't like it.
Yeah, you've seen the ad version.
I've seen it. I don't have it, but I've seen it.
Yeah.
And look, I don't like ads, period.
Yeah.
Now, if we happen to get sponsored by something in the podcast, then we will take it.
Future advertisers, please.
We will do it. But I'm just not the biggest fan of doing ads on Netflix because you already have it on YouTube.
I mean, you got ads everywhere.
You got ads every single place.
You can't even scroll through like reels.
Yeah, you can.
An ad. And you don't even know it's an ad.
No, you don't.
Sometimes it's like you just think it's a video, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, this is an advertisement for something.
And so, say if you're watching a movie.
Yeah.
And you say, okay, I can go to Netflix. I don't have to worry about seeing the ad.
Yeah.
And then you snuggle up watching a good movie, and bloop, at BK. I was like, habit your way. I was like, God damn it. I don't want to see a Burger King commercial.
Are you tired of that Whopper?
Oh my God, man. I'm so tired of that stupid commercial. But that's stuff you see. Like it's like an ant commercial about killing ants and getting some grass weeds and all. I was like, oh, come on, man. I don't want to see this crap. I just want to watch the movie.
Please.
Yeah, man. It just sucks.
Damn. That's why you should buy DVDs.
Yeah, but DVDs are obsolete.
I mean, they are.
They're becoming obsolete.
They're just like a collector's item now, right? So you buy the special editions, and that's about
Blu-rays about to start being obsolete too. I don't know if you heard, but Best Buy is thinking about letting go of media, physical copy media.
Oh no, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
and they have the still books. I like looking at their still books.
I do too, but they're thinking about trying to end those.
That's kind of upsetting, but at the same time, I'm kind of transitioning to wanting less physical media. I used to like hard copies.
Yeah,
and I still kind of like hard copies, but like as I accumulate more stuff.
I was about to say, it's like, you know why? Because when you move, you don't want to have to take so much stuff with you.
Exactly.
So you're doing it for your own selfish needs. That's what that's about. That's what that's about.
When I'm like 60 and we have a permanent home,
you don't have to worry about that.
I'll bring everything back, and then somebody else can worry about it after I'm dead. But
that's true. So yeah, man, I'm not a big fan of the ad deal. So I'm very, very upset that Netflix is doing that.
It's annoying. The Netflix price hike stuff is annoying anyway. But
you know why, right?
It's a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
Because, it's annoying to have to pay for ad-free Netflix or just pay an exuberant amount for Netflix. Like, I think the highest amount is like $20 now or $25.
It is.
And it's annoying to do. But however, if you want all this original content they're putting out and you want the movies that they're putting out, you got to pay for it.
And not to mention now that you're getting big time actors. Like you got The Rock, Kevin
Ryan
Hart,
Reynolds,
Gal Gadot.
Ryan
Reynolds, you said.
Yeah.
So you got all these big time actors doing it. Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to pay a little bit more.
Yeah, that's what you're paying for.
Yeah,
that's what you're really
paying for.
That's what you're paying for. Mm-hmm. However, I do get upset when a show gets canceled and then 5 reality shows like take their place that Netflix produces, because I'm like, oh great, this barbecue competition show took the place of like whatever the show that I liked was.
I gotta be real with you. I don't watch anything Netflix wise when it comes to reality shows.
I know I'm just not complaining about it, but some of them are actually pretty decent.
Which one?
Like the Is It Cake? That was a fun one.
Was it Cake Wars or something?
No, it's just like Is It Cake?
Oh, okay.
Is
It Cake?
It's like the realistic cakes that people make. So they had 2 seasons of that.
Oh, okay.
They do have a barbecue competition show, and the barbecue competition show was actually really good because it's barbecue. You know, it's kind of cool to watch them like cook up stuff. But
the only thing I watch on there is like documentaries.
The documentaries are good.
Yeah,
the documentaries are usually well produced. We just watched one about aliens, like encounters or whatever, and hey man,
hey, I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything.
All right, enough giving ads for Netflix.
Yeah.
enough endorsing Netflix.
Now does Netflix want to endorse us? We're here,
right?
Even though we kind of tore them down a little bit.
Last week, you had me pull a movie.
Yep.
Right? You had me pull a movie because you want me to watch some black cultural movies. And I pulled Dennis. I keep wanting to say Dennis the Menace. I pulled Menace to Society.
There you go. You did.
I did it. I pulled Menace to Society, and you wanted me to watch it.
Yes.
And I watched it. I watched it on Tubi because that was the only place I could watch it for free.
That's cool. That's good.
Tubi has a lot of ads.
They do.
There was like 6 ads every 10 minutes.
Talking about ads.
Ads.
Tubi got some ads for you.
Yeah, they had a lot of ads. But I watched the movie.
Make sure we keep sounding those words out. Ads.
Ads.
Yeah.
Ads. So I watched the movie, and so we're going to introduce a new segment here. And this segment is based off a previous project we worked on.
Mm-hmm.
And this is kind of like a mini version of that.
Yep.
But this is the Have You Seen This segment.
Yep, pretty much.
And this is Have You Seen This? Menace to Society.
Went to the store just to get a beer. Came out an accessory to murder and armed robbery. It was funny like that in the hood sometimes.
Yep.
I love it.
That's it. Yeah?
That is gold.
You think it's pretty good?
I like that.
Would you believe I bought an old-timey projector just to get that sound?
Really? How much was it?
Oh man, I couldn't even tell you. It was so expensive. It was like $5,000.
Oh, okay.
I'm committed to this podcast.
No, I know, man. That's actually awesome though. They had to be like what, $2 for that?
$2?
Yeah.
For the projector?
Yeah. How much was it for real?
Nah, it's
like $5. You gonna tell me off air or what?
Yeah. I'll tell you off air.
You better.
I'll tell you off air how much it was.
I'm committed too, but hey, man, come on now. But yeah, I like that. It's dope.
Yeah, thank you.
I like that.
I even have an outro segment I'll play.
Oh, I can't wait to do that segment.
But anyway, so yeah, I had to watch Menace to Society.
Nice.
And I don't know how you want to do this. You want to ask me what I thought? Like, how do you want to go about this segment?
I want to ask what did you think?
I thought it was good.
The overall view of it.
I did. I enjoyed the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say off the top, there's something about those not old, but there's something about those 90s movies.
Oh,
they have a feel to them. They have, I don't know what it is. It's not grainy. It's not like gritty, but like something about just watching them is like.
You're 100% right.
There's a certain feeling.
Oh, I totally understand where you're coming from because that's how I feel with those movies.
Yeah, just production, everything. Like even like the opening credits. I don't know, something about it just like felt good to see.
Yeah,
I don't know. I can't pinpoint what it is. Maybe it's just nostalgia all the way around.
It might be.
Yeah. So that's my thought on that. But no, overall, I thought the movie was good. I so badly wanted that kid to get out that damn neighborhood.
Oh yeah.
Well, just off the top, spoilers.
I gotta put my drink down for this one.
Why?
I don't know. I just think it's funny. I don't know why, but it doesn't.
Well, because like, all right, if you haven't seen Menace to Society, let me tell you, there's some menaces. There's 2 of them.
Yeah, it is. And
well,
one
there's
of
a
his
whole
best
group
friend.
of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Kane is the main character, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then you have to remind me of
Old Dog.
Old Dog.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there we go. Yeah.
Played by Lorenz Tate. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Who's a very good actor, by the way.
Yeah. I didn't realize Jada Pinkett was in the
is
movie
in there
until afterwards,
yes,
and I was like, "Oh wow, Jada Pinkett, man, dude, aged so poorly."
Hopefully, Jada Pinkett doesn't listen to our podcast, which I don't think she does.
Will Smith, please.
Yeah,
please.
I love you, Will Smith. But yeah, she's in there too. Samuel L. Jackson's in there.
Sam Jackson. That's surprising. I thought he was going to be a bigger character. I really did. I was like, oh, Sam Jackson's in this movie. And then, no.
Well, yeah, back in those early 90s, he wasn't really like the big star.
Right. He was the guy who died.
Yeah, he was always either a crackhead or he was either the guy who dies. And he was really like in a lot of Spike Lee films.
Right.
So, yeah, he's in there as well.
Yeah. So.
And also Bill Duke.
Yeah, he was the grandfather, right?
A lot of people don't know who Bill Duke is, man.
I recognized him. I recognized like the face.
Yep.
I just don't. I didn't have the name to the face, but I did recognize him. Yeah,
86.
Still
he's 80
alive,
years.
is he?
Yeah, 80 years old.
That's what I thought. Okay,
he was in Black Lightning, the show that came on CW.
Man,
DC show.
I remember watching it. I haven't seen it in forever.
Oh, that's a good show.
Who does he play on Black Lightning?
Like CIA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
interesting.
But yeah, man. Now, Bill Duke is in here. Very powerful movie at this time during the 90s. Gang wars was a thing.
Yeah.
It was a big deal.
Right.
So you had these directors that would try to make these movies that reflect real life in real times.
Art imitates life.
Art imitates life.
Art,
mm-hmm.
Yeah, vice
and
versa.
It was Dead Presidents, who the Hughes brothers, filmed by, they were both brothers. The Hughes brothers were both brothers. Yeah, they really are brothers. Yeah, like they're not like brother, like
I got you.
Right on. But they are brothers, and they did a little series of films. And a lot of them were 90 films.
Yeah.
Now, I think the last brother did Book of Eli, last time I checked.
Okay.
Yeah, which I like that movie a lot. I don't know how
Book
you
of
feel
Eli
about Book
is
of
really
Eli.
good.
Yeah.
I liked it too.
But yeah, man, those were the movies back then.
Yeah.
So.
No, yeah, I thought it was great. Like I said, they were some menaces for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, how did you feel about the tape when
when he took the tape and they kept showing it off?
He kept showing it off.
I knew it was going to come back.
Yeah, of course.
It didn't really have like a full payoff, I guess.
It didn't.
Because the movie, the way the movie ends is, the way the movie ends. But
only thing I will say with those type of films, sometimes the filming of these movies were kind of like choppy.
I had that thought. I had the thought that it just, some of the scenes just felt like they were just like scenes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like you had the movie plot and then you just had like a scene and then like another scene and then you get back to the plot. Like it was just kind of like, it was almost like a day in the life. Right?
Pretty much, yeah.
So
almost like a documentary.
Yeah.
Like back in the 90s, you had those documentaries too where they show like, oh, well, this is going on in the urban neighborhood.
Yeah.
Chop.
Yeah.
Urban neighborhood. Chop.
Yeah, pretty much. That's kind of how it felt. It was just like, all right, cool. We have a plot and then we have like them playing poker and then like we have more plot and then we have, I mean, it all does go together. Yeah. Obviously, it's not like it's just random, but
it's like, it gets put together towards the end, but in the middle of the film, it kind of loses weight.
Yeah.
That's kind of how those films go with a lot of them.
Yeah.
But I don't know. They just have a certain type of sensibility to them, man. Mm-hmm. I just really love. And, Old Dog was a horrible person.
Awful person. He's the menace.
Yeah, he's really the menace.
Yeah, he was the actual menace because he was like shooting people in broad daylight.
Yeah,
all the time. I was like, damn.
Yeah, he was shot a crackhead.
Yeah,
this man just randomly shot a crackhead. Now you know who originally
took his burgers.
Now, yeah, you know who originally supposed to play that role of Old Dog?
Who?
I'm gonna take a wild guess. He's Tupac Shakur.
Oh,
he was originally supposed to play Old Dog.
Oh, I can see why he didn't.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think at that time he had something going on.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. So, but he was originally supposed to play Old Dog.
Yeah, because that would be the time he's doing movies.
I think he got a beef with one of the Hughes brothers.
Oh.
So yeah, that's where that whole started, and that's a story for the day on that one. But yeah, so.
No, yeah, I thought it was good. I thought the scene where he's being interrogated.
Yeah, I like that scene.
That was a really good scene. Yeah. Like the lighting of it, like the red in the background, and then like the way the camera just went around the table the whole time. And then the detective just being like, you messed up, right?
Yeah.
You messed up. And then he gets out of it somehow. I don't know how he made it out, but they didn't keep him there, right? That's not how the movie ends.
That's usually how it goes for the most part.
Yeah.
It's going to pay off somewhat in the streets.
Yeah.
Blood for blood in the streets.
Pretty much. I mean,
how Kane dies, how you feel about that?
Yeah, I wanted him to get out so bad because I knew it was coming.
But like, he was the one rolling with the wrong people, man.
He was, and I mean, he didn't get what he deserved. I don't want to say, but like definitely you made some choices that caused this to happen.
That's always a cause and effect in life when you do these things.
It's like a pot of boiling water because like you know it's coming.
You know it's coming.
You know something's coming, and the way the movie was is like you felt like someone was just gonna get shot at any moment.
Which is what that's what it's supposed to do.
Yeah. So I was already kind of like, I don't want to say on edge, but like, I just had a suspicion something was going to happen. Like something was around the corner, literally and figuratively in the movie's case.
No, you're right.
But I mean, he was almost out because the whole movie, they're telling him to get out of this neighborhood, right? Like he's had several people just like, you know what? You just need to go. Like Jada Pinkett was going to Atlanta.
Yep.
And then his friends were going to like Kansas or something. They're like, you should go with us. You should go with her. His mentor in prison was even like, get out of here. The whole movie, they're all telling him to get out. And then he just keeps making these decisions, like these horrible decisions.
There were warnings the entire time in that movie.
The whole time.
He never took heed.
And then you're just hoping it pays off. You're hoping he gets it. Because you can tell Kane's not a bad person.
He's not a bad person. He just rolled around with the wrong people.
Yeah, and he did do some bad stuff.
He did. Like, he did.
Right. And you could tell, like, well, honestly, from the very beginning, I thought he was going to be, like, more innocent than he was in the movie. I thought he was just going to, like, end up in some trouble.
Or going to jail or
because
something.
The other guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realize, I didn't expect him to actually, like, be doing the bad stuff.
Yeah.
But he did some bad stuff with the people. And one of my favorite characters, and I'm so mad that like, he got killed off, was the Sharif kid.
Yeah.
Because he was one of the kids who was like, hey, I changed my life.
You can do it too.
Yeah, you can do it too. His dad came in, like, very inspirational.
Yep.
He was a cool dad or whatever. And then he gets gunned down at the end of the movie. Like, this man didn't deserve this. Like, what are you going to kill? He was helping his friends move. He didn't do nothing bad in that whole movie.
Art imitating life, man. It's a good film, but it's also depressing, but it's also in your face.
Yeah.
It's in your face stuff. And unfortunately, we don't have movies like that anymore.
Right.
A lot of those movies kind of died down back in like the late 90s.
Or if you have them now, I want to say maybe it's like too over the top.
Way over the top, in your face.
Yeah. Too on the nose, too over the top.
Yep.
It's almost like they're turning to the camera and you're being like, this is the lesson.
Yeah. But those were the movies back then. Boys in the Hood, Men's Society. Higher Learning is also a great movie. You got to watch them. Just watch them by, just
on
your own, because that movie is so powerful for the simple fact we saw racism in a school.
Mm-hmm.
But that's never been done before in those type of movies. So we saw Michael Rappaport. It shows how alienated this kid was getting.
Yeah.
Because he was getting alienated, and he turned into a neo-Nazi.
You said Michael Rappaport?
Yeah, Michael Rappaport.
Oh yeah, he's the dude from Deep Blue Sea and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah,
he's in there.
He's gone viral a couple times.
Yeah,
like, he's just had some random videos. I can't tell what side of the spectrum he falls on.
Yeah, but he's in there. Omar Epps is in there. Tyra Banks is in there. Lawrence Fishburne is in there. Busta Rhymes is in there. Ice Cube is in there. So that's a very good movie.
I'm about to check it out. I don't know. Definitely like the 90s feel of the movie was just like
they just did.
Just the 90s alone just really made me enjoy that movie.
One day we're gonna have to just talk about the 90s period.
Mm-hmm.
90s versus the 2000s.
Yeah.
Like one day we're really gonna have to talk about that, because I just feel like the 90s had the best movies. I'm not talking about just black culture movies. I'm talking about overall.
Yeah.
Kid movies, family movies.
Yeah.
Action movies. Even the corniest action movies.
Yeah.
I've always felt like they had the best movies.
You're right. There's still something about them that just like clicks.
And the cinematography was great.
And I think part of it is just because like this was the time before CGI took over everything.
True.
I mean, you had some CGI back in the day, and it did not look good.
It didn't look good.
But this was the time of like
practical effects,
and then just short stories.
Yeah.
Like not short stories, but like no 3-hour long movies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you had a good, quick, like hour and a half, hour 45-minute movie.
I'm good. I'm happy, man. I'm happy that you liked it.
I
We'll have to do this again.
Yeah, for sure.
I know you said you want to give me one.
Yeah, I do want to give you one, but first I got to play our outro.
Oh, get it going. I'm sorry.
Here we go.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby.
I guess in the end, it all catches up with me. My grandpa asked me one time if I care whether I live or die. Yeah, I do. Now it's too late.
I love that, man.
Thank you.
That was just so badass. I like that.
I was gonna include the gunshot.
Oh man, that would have been good.
But I was like, oh, it might be too.
Was it on the nose for you?
Yeah,
that was too much for you. Huh?
I was like, maybe I should include the gunshot. Then I was like, nope, I'm not. No, I think
that's hilarious. I'm not gonna lie. That would have been hilarious. Let's all go to the lobby. Pow pow.
Right.
I like that. That would have been great. You should just keep the pow pow in there for the movie reviews. I like that.
Maybe I will.
You know what though? You should use that if there's a big time movie that we're gonna review.
Oh yeah, I will. No.
Just leave that in there.
No, that's our. Yeah, that's the intro. That's the outro. I'm just gonna replace the clips, obviously.
Yeah.
So.
I love that. That is oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun making that. I made that Monday.
Oh, I love this podcast.
It was fun.
I love this podcast.
But I did have some movies I wanted you to watch. Now I didn't have time to put them in a baggie to make you draw them.
Yeah, that's fine.
In fact, I had to go dig them up from somewhere.
I'm assuming that you're gonna make me pick one of these, right?
Yeah, I'll give you the list.
Okay.
I'll do that.
All right, cool.
So I did half like indie-ish type movies, like independent films or independent like films.
Okay.
And then I did half radio themed films.
Radio thing.
Yeah, well, I'm in radio, so
is it like Good Morning Vietnam?
No, I didn't put that on.
Oh, that's a good movie.
So here's my movies.
All right, what you got?
The independent side, we have Sorry to Bother You. Have you heard of that one?
Yeah, with Lakeith Stanfield.
Yeah, that movie's wild. I love it.
That movie is wild.
Sorry to Bother You. We have Colossal with Anne Hathaway. She goes back to her hometown for like some sort of rehab or whatever, and like she discovers she's connected to like some giant monster.
Really?
Yeah.
What year did that come out in?
It came out like 2017.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, it's Colossal. Check it out.
All right.
If you pick it or whatever.
Yeah.
Then we have Be Kind, Rewind.
Oh, I love that movie.
Love that movie.
Man, that is one of my top 10 favorite movies.
Is it really?
Yes, man.
I enjoyed it.
Oh, man. I got so much. I love that. I'm just stuttering my words. I love that movie so much. You don't have no idea how much I love that film. Mos Def, Jack Black. I like the scene when they were all getting ready to do the play, and then Jack Black comes in like black faces. And
oh my god!
Everybody looked at him. He's like, "What do I do?" Mos Def like, "Let me talk to you for a second." No, Daddy Glover's like, just talk to you for a second. Let me explain something.
That movie was great. I need to actually have that movie. But anyway,
yeah, me too.
So Be Kind, Rewind, Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist, which it's Michael Cera, and she was in Thor. She's a friend of Kat Dennings.
Okay, yeah.
They go on like some wacky adventure overnight because they're looking for a band that's playing a secret show somewhere.
I think I did see that movie.
Yeah, I have that on DVD. I might have that here. Then we have Accept It. We talked about it before on the show. I don't think you said you haven't seen that one.
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. So Accept It. Then radio side, I have Private Parts, which is the biographic of Howard Stern.
Okay. Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
That was a pretty good one. I've seen like bits of that.
Is it the poster where he's like butt naked and he's guy standing behind the sign? Yeah.
We have Private Parts. There's a movie called The Boat That Rocked / Pirate Radio. I guess it's got like two names. Mm-hmm. So that's about pirate radio. Like they do a pirate radio station out at sea. Gotcha. Then I have Airheads, which is a movie from the 90s, I believe. It's got Adam Sandler, Steve Buscemi, and
I remember that movie.
What's his name? Brendan Fraser.
Yeah.
Yeah, they like take over a radio station.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's like a comedy. And then there's a Pontypool, which is like a horror movie set in a radio station where they're getting calls about like zombies and stuff. And it all takes place inside the radio station. I believe that's on Amazon.
There's another movie like that too that takes place in the radio station. But yeah, keep going.
Yeah. And then the next one is kind of a more recent one called Vengeance.
What year did that come out in?
Like a year or two ago. It has BJ Novak.
And I know who that is.
He's like a podcaster.
Oh, okay.
That's why I chose it. He's a podcaster that goes to Texas looking for, a girl he had a one night stand with.
Gotcha.
Dies.
Okay.
And they invite him to the funeral, even though he only had a one night stand with her. And he's like, "Why are you inviting me here?" And it turns out, I guess the girl just like always talked about him. Mm-hmm. And then the people, her family thinks she was murdered. So he's like, "Oh, this would be a great idea for a podcast." So he's like trying to do like a low key like podcast about them. And then, wacky shenanigans happens.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like something interesting I would watch too.
Yeah. So we got those are the movie selections. I'll let you pick one.
You already know what movie I'm a big. I
You
don't know why
do
you
Be Kind
BSing
Rewind?
around. I love that movie, man. Any chance you can give me to watch that film,
All right.
I will, man. That movie is so underrated.
Yeah.
And it's very poignant. It's kind of emotional a little bit.
It is.
And it almost kind of reminds me of something that we would do. Because it's like these two guys are trying to save the tapes. They trying to save these movies.
Yeah.
You know, because everyone's going to disc.
Yeah.
You know, it was just, oh, man, I love that film. I love it so much.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you're going to do Be Kind Rewind on the next Friday show.
Yep.
Next Friday edition, we'll be doing Be Kind Rewind.
I'm probably going to watch that at least about 5 times.
Yeah.
Like a lot.
He's going to come in with a whole notepad of like.
I like the part where they were doing all the, trying to do all the movies and stuff, and they did, he did RoboCop, he did Rush Hour, he did Men in Black.
I honestly, I might have to watch it too before.
Yeah,
before
man.
The next recording.
That movie's great, man. I love that.
I love that movie.
I used to have it on DVD too. I used to have it saved
on DVR.
Yeah.
Like, you know, back before I moved here, we had DVR or whatever, so I saved it because I liked it so much. I don't know, Jack Black, Mos Def.
That combo really worked when it really shouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. And you don't see Mos Def in a lot of stuff.
You don't.
Because, I mean, he's been in a few movies, but like, I mean, I haven't seen him in a movie in a while.
Yeah, he's trying to get back to doing music now.
Is he?
You know, a lot of times he's rolling with Dave Chappelle and Consequence.
Okay.
So, and also Talib Kweli, so they also all roll together. So you really don't see him as much like you used to doing movies. But he should do movies again.
Yeah, but I mean, I liked him in that one.
Little known fact, he was also in The Cosby Mysteries.
The Cosby Mysteries?
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is, but...
Oh, it was Bill Cosby was a detective.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bill Cosby as Bill Cosby?
Oh, my God. No, he played someone else.
Why is it called The Cosby Mysteries?
Because same reason why you had The Cosby Show.
Okay.
And his name was Heathcliff Huxtable. It's just like that. It's like, I don't know why.
Okay.
Boy. Yeah, so yeah, Be Kind Rewind. I got you.
All right, yeah. Just watch. Next time, I'll have a little baggie with the things
Yeah,
you can
that's
draw.
fine. Only reason why I did that for me because I know I was carrying the binder and stuff when I was coming over here.
No, you're good. You're
So,
good.
yeah, it's still here, right? Oh yeah,
Yeah, you got it right there. So,
okay, cool.
But yeah, man, we're out of time. We went way over today.
Did we?
We had a stuffed show. I didn't realize. I thought we didn't have a lot to talk about.
Yeah,
but I mean, we made it work. We've been recording a while, so
true.
I'm going to remind everybody again. We do have an email, onthegopod2023. If anybody wants to email us questions, comments, concerns, or whatever, you can reach us there.
And we are going to make an Instagram page too as well.
We are making an Instagram specifically for the podcast.
Yep, On The Go Podcast.
And then I have an Instagram, jacobdantone.audio at Instagram, and you have an Instagram.
Yep, you can follow me at James9794.
Yep, that's our handles, guys. That's our show. Hope you have a great one.
Yep, take it easy, guys.
Bye.
Bye.